Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of TacoBytes, your daily bite of Degen, episode number 386. We are coming to you live via Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Telegram and Discord. And then also we are streaming to our friends over at Xenon and Unlonely app. All thanks and brought to you by StreamYard. I've sort of loved what I've been able to do with StreamYard. Stream to multiple places via one stream, so saves on bandwidth and super easy. Yes, I will advocate for StreamYard a bunch. One of the things that we are coming around today is our back to basics, and we're going to be talking base and dexes. There's two big base dexes that we've been dealing with, base swap and Area 51. And one of the great things about new dexes is that they usually have high incentives for both, LP farming and incentivized rewards. And I want everyone to get in on rewards and early pieces. There's a couple ways to sort of really get in on these and have a lot of fun and be safe. One is directly with the dex itself, or via Beefy, and Beefy will actually help you learn about different dexes really easy as well. So we wanted to showcase these two dexes to you today and the LPs that we were able to find within them. So first off, we are going to be, and we made little accounts so you could sort of see what those accounts are earning and what they're getting, and we wanted you to sort of see what they're about. And so whenever you come to the first one is baseswap.fi, and you can find it via Twitter, baseswap, and really good. What I really like here is how easy it is to find, and so we're going to drop that there in the chat. And then we're also going to post that down below so that if you're following with us, you can see what we're talking about as we talk about base swap first. And then what we also, as you can sort of see, we've been doing some really cool stuff with Beefy. Beefy sort of gives us that grounding spot to sort of learn about a lot of these different dexes. And so we'll bring Beefy on over into the mix and talk about what is building on Beefy, as it sort of gives you a simplified view of all the different vaults on different chains from different dexes, and sort of gives an aggregated piece to it. And what it really also does is gives a really high return because they auto compound for you. You don't have to go harvest and then sell or recirculate those rewards, and so there we go. Alien base. I did say Area 51, and it's because they have an Area 51. But base swap is what we're gonna be looking at first, followed by Beefy, and then alien base as well. We went earlier today and we set up some different farms on base swap, so you could sort of see what they look like, and made different liquidity pieces. And so they have different pieces. They have perpetuals that you're able to swap and trade against, and there's new updates as well. And so what this allows you to do is trade on leverage. You can use BSwap and to chart to how you think BTC is going to go. Live price tracking and everything like that. Do you think you long it or short it? And so some really cool stuff there within base swap. What we do want to showcase is, they have both a basic swap and then they have their swap, which allows for a cross-chain swap. And that is literally just bringing from ETH into base. You can see what other chains they have as well that you might be able to bring into. So if we wanted to look at Polygon to base, we can see if base is one of the chains that they support coming to from Polygon, it would most likely be a USDC only. Let's see if we can get a Matic. Yeah, we can. So let's connect a wallet here, see what that looks like, just so I can sort of showcase you what that looks like. And that's via Subsquid. So we can do a, let's see what a 5 Matic looks like. All right. So that would be a 3 Matic fee, giving us 0.001 ETH. Arrival gas. We can do that as well. Boost is a special feature of Axelar and Subsquid that reduces transaction time across chains. Is currently available for slots below $20,000. So this would give us an interesting aspect here. Let's go see what else they have. If you could bring from Avalanche. And they have AVAX. Let's go see what that would look like. All right, that would, cost us roughly the same. And as you can sort of see what that looks like, you would need enough AVAX to cover both the swap and the transfer. So that is a cool thing that was built into base swap. But as you can see here, one of the things that we do want to showcase are the LP pools, where you'll find some of the best things. Right now, my 2 tokens are BSX and BSwap. Those are 2 tokens that if you get your hands on, you can go into Earn, and we'll show you Earn in just a second. Within the farms, they have a bunch of different high APR based pools, and they're doing a simple V2, which makes it really easy to get in and out, but also it has incentivized stakes rewards as well. And you can see here for the BSwap ETH that we've staked $17 roughly worth, and it gives us our earn rewards in BSX, XBSX, and BSwap. And so what that does is we can pull that off anytime we want without touching our initial supply. Pretty cool little piece there as well. As they have the the BSwap ETH, and then there's also a BSX ETH. And we can look at this by APR, and you can see that there is good APRs right now, around 135%, all the way down to 644%. So the BSX and ETH is at 608% APR right now. And remember, these are not long-term APRs. They're incentivized. They don't tell you, unfortunately, how long that APR is incentivized for. There's also the at 819%. One of those things where you can find these pools as well as within Beefy. And so what that does is that allows you to sort of compound without having to harvest all of these different tokens. And so as you can see here within the BSwap ETH, we're earning BSX, XBSX, and BSwap. Now on base, the reason why we're doing that is because within the base swap LP farms, you have the earn mechanism, and earn allows us to earn if we have BSX or BSwap, we can single-sided stake that BSX, and we can earn trading fees of straight USDC or wrapped ETH as well. And as you can sort of see, that is one of the things that we're doing right now within this, and we'll showcase that. What that looks like is, so we have roughly $6 stake that we staked earlier today, and we've earned right under a cent, as it is currently at a 225% APR, and that is boosted. Like I said, These are short-term incentives. What they're attempting to do is gain traction and gain liquidity to bring stability to their platform. One of the things that I've done is applied for a couple different tokens that I partner with or that I act in to be recognized and be possible incentives. And so by getting BSwap, we are earning, and staking it, we're earning roughly right around a penny an hour on $10 deposited. Um, that might sound like small things, but that is that adds up, and so that penny is 1 penny worth of ETH. So ETH go up, that penny worth of ETH may go up, will go up as well. And then we're also earning USDC and wrapped ETH as well with staking our BSX. One of the different things that we can see with all the different farms as well within BaseSwap is all of the different other pairs that they have. And they have some good stable pairs as well, like DAI and USD at 17%. And so that is a stable. You don't have to necessarily worry about immutable loss, or not immutable loss, but oh my gosh. I forget my term right now. When you lose more coin value than what's put in. I will remember that term, and I apologize for spacing that right now. But you can see the different pairs that you can have in here. And so I'm looking at the base pairs that get me those best rewards. Like I said, these are short-term things. So like the next 15 to 30 days, if you want to earn 600% for 30 days, go ahead and do it. These are pools that you can get in and out of. The pools that I prefer are the pools that I can find on Beefy. And the reason why is because of the aspects of that safety mechanisms that are put in place there. And so what they have there, and then I do want to do a quick shout out to Drake down in Twitter. GM, I see all of those hearts. I hope you are doing well, sir, and seeing you soon here in Austin. That will be really fun. Can't wait for that. But through Beefy, one of the things that we can see here are the different alien base, curve, aerodrome, as well as base swap that are able to get you large quantities of APR and APY. And the reason why they're doing large APYs is because you are not necessarily having to do that compounding yourself. They auto compound those rewards and they roll them back into your profits. And so that auto compounding sort of gives you a really good lineup. And as we can see here through their dashboard, we can sort of see what our exposures are for different platforms, what our chain exposures are, and what token exposure we're exposed to as well. You see Stargate, USDCE, Beefy, My, Wrap USDR, and Frax are our main pieces. Mostly some stable, 90% others, as well as our vaults are between BSC, Optimism, and Polygon right now. So Beefy gives you that really good, easy point of view to find a lot of these different vaults if you want to go to the vaults yourself. Now, why would someone want to choose between Beefy or going directly to the DEX itself? If you're wanting to do more of a set and forget, then Beefy might be the best option for you. If you're someone that likes to get your hand on as many tokens as possible because you never know what's going to happen, then I would recommend going directly to the DEX itself. Why? Well, those tokens that you're earning as rewards are sold and put back into the base pair. So if you have, like I have here, the BSwap ETH, I'm earning BSX, XBSX, and BSwap on top of my BSwap ETH liquidity pair, APR. So they take those tokens and they auto compound them back into my vault for me. So I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to harvest it. So I lose out on those excess tokens that could get me more benefits they're usually staking tokens, governance tokens. I want to get my hands on those governance tokens. I want to get my hands on having a say. And so that's why I do use Beefy for some things, especially in the Gamma world. I will be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Gamma in the concentrated liquidity aspect, because some of their APIs are really hard for dexes to give good, strong numbers for, that are constant. But Gamma does provide a really good backbone infrastructure piece, that we're going to start seeing some really good competitors come out of the markets for building this out in the future. You want to look into what's building on Gamma, go through Beefy, and that would be my best suggestion for you on that. And so we're going to go now, and we're going to showcase you where you can find Beefy. Beefy's been around for a while. I know the guys; they're amazing. If you want to go look at what they're building, give them a shout out. Tell them Taco sent you. You never know. You'll either get the red carpet, or you'll get thrown out. You won't get actually thrown out. The guys at Beefy are amazing. I actually got some cool secret Beefy gear. You may see me at Permissionless in Austin wearing it, because I'm always bullish on Beefy. I do sound like a walking telegram for them. I apologize. So that is hilarious in and of itself. But if you're looking for good yields or just new tokens, Beefy's the place to go. So that's sort of there on Beefy. Next up, I want to go through Alien Base. And so we're going to showcase that real quick. They too are brand new decks. All of these are on base. And so I do want you to be a little careful when you're looking at these. And the reason why I say that is because, there is going to be a lot of scams out there. And so I want you to be careful. Meme coins, aka shit coins galore, are going to be everywhere you can find them. But one of the things, if you start with Twitter and you find people that you follow are following the same thing, then you can have a little bit of trust that you're on the right path. And so that is one of the biggest things that is a really big, what's the word I'm saying? A really big level to look for is if they're being followed by someone specifically following them. And so that is a good way to sort of find that, and really cool thing to see. So as you can see, they do have some good stable pools on Beefy, like Axelar's USDC and Curve's USDC, paying 15%. They have a Tri Crypto, 20% APY, and this is just directly within the Beefy vaults themselves. So some really cool stuff there as well. Next up, I want to showcase Alien Base. We have that on our other account. And so Alien Base is what we're going to be showcasing next. They build out a lot of cool stuff. And I want you to be able to have a chance to find them, as they're building out some really cool stuff within their Area 51 for both tracked meme coins. So meme coins that have gone through, I don't really know if it's like a full verification, like let's audit your contract, but like people that take the time to submit tokens and like go through their process. So I think that they're working to sort of give a verified shitcoin, meme coin list. So if you're building a token that's going to be on base, talk to Alien Base and work to get listed. I don't know if there's a cost involved or anything like that, but you're going to start. You might find some really cool things there. So what I wanted to showcase today within Alien Base, they do have a real simple swap, which allows you to get from their Alien Base ALB, which is their main token. They have a good pool portfolio. as well as their farms. One of the cool things that they have going on within their farms, they have their ALB ETH pool. And like I said, the reason I'm not doing this on Beefy, and they do have this pool on Beefy, and I'll showcase it to you right here. The ALB ETH is paying 17,000% APY, and that's paying roughly 1.4253% per day. Like I said, this is a highly incentivized pool. So if you want to get in on this, I don't know how long this will last for. It's not going to be one of those things to where it's draining out. It's just one of those things that, until the emissions run out. But me personally, I want to get my hands on as much ALB as possible for right now, because I do know that there's going to be a governance piece coming through that will then earn more tokens within staking for USDC and ETH. I don't know what I can tell you guys. I like my stables, and I like my ETH. But one of the really cool things that Alien Base has is they have their ALB ETH pool, and I'm earning roughly, what am I earning on this? I'm earning 695% right now. And as you remember, it's a 19,000% pool within Beefy, because they're auto compounding every hour. But I'm also getting a 3.5x multiplier within this. And so what I'm also getting here is my ALB harvest. And one of the cool things that they have here is they have a single-sided swap for stake for ALB that's paying out 425%. And so I don't even have to do anything. They have a restake ALB, so it harvests my rewards and stakes them in the farm. So it takes out that auto compounding. It takes it up, that I have to do that myself, but it takes it makes it a little bit of an easier process for the user, and a little bit cheaper. Fees on base are about 10 times cheaper than they are on ETH. And there is the direct ETH to base contract address that you can send to, so that it's sort of like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like you're sending your tokens to someone else. So it's a $1 transaction fee if you're sending your ETH. And then that ETH pops up in about 5 minutes. It takes about 2 to 5 minutes on average, depending on how much ETH you're sending. Only use ETH for that 0x4 address. I've put it out there a few other times, but there's some really cool stuff. For a really quick, easy hack to get onto base, one of the things that you can do is you can buy USDC for 0 fees on Coinbase, and you can send that USDC to base directly for 0 fees as well. So you buy $100, you get $100, you send $100, you got $100. You do need ETH, as Base's main token. Gas token is ETH. So there's a lot of cool stuff there that you can see within that. And you'll find everything from Rebase, even eBase as well. eBase was airdropped to a lot of people. I don't know if, nope. And one of the things we can look here to eBase or AKA Rebase is trading at. We're going to go get our token details, our contract, and we're going to go to one of our favorite sites, both Dex Tools and Dex Screener, because that gives us 2 different views of active pools. And that will showcase what eBase, which was airdropped to everyone out. You can see right now that there's roughly $45,000 in liquidity. And it was opened 16 days ago when it was airdropped to people that started using Base. So to everyone that's in the Zen community, check. You might have eBase. That is a 0x60 CBB token. And it is a real token that you can pull out and switch to more ETH for minting more Zen. You can see here that it's gone up roughly 15% in the last 24 hours as it started to get burned off. So there's been a lot of cool stuff going on with it. We've seen a lot of movement with it as it's been going. So I got airdropped roughly about 1 million tokens, I think. I sold half of it so I could make. I got sold. Well, no, I got sent more than 1 million. But I sold half of it so I could make these pools today to sort of showcase you guys both alien base as well as base swap and what you can do within Beefy on base swap as well. You'll also find Velodrome, which is on Arbitrum, or not Arbitrum, but Optimism. They have their Aerodrome version of their decks on base as well. So if you like that look that they've done with their V2, I'm not sold on it. I sort of liked the little bit of a Laffy Taffy multicolored look that the original Velodrome had. This new making it look like it's a book. That grayish orange tone. I always wonder if it's my eyes are going out or, if the screen is off. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on this site. So it has that weird paisley orangish yellow. I guess it's a professional look. If you're not joining us on video right now, I'm wearing a Pepe shirt for Tempest with a bucket hat, so I'm not too up on that professional look. But there's some cool stuff going on within these two dexes. Check out Beefy as well. And some really cool stuff is being built out. It is a new chain, so there is going to be a shit ton of scams. Right now, what I have seen on Dex deployers or on deployer wallets is a lot of repeat token names being created. And so what people are doing are they're working on creating new tokens based off of other tokens with the same name, and they're trying to get vanity addresses. So addresses that are similar to the main addresses. And so there's a lot of spam happening right now on base. But just be careful with that. We hope that you're all having a great day and a great night wherever you are. There's some cool stuff. Be on the lookout for Zen NFTs, as well as we're just 30 days away from being a year old. So really excited to see that happening. Zen's come a long way in this last year. Man, it's exciting times. So be on the lookout for that. One of the things that we're going to deep dive a little bit more into is Optimism as we get ready to launch Zen on Optimism. One of the things that I need to find out from Jack or Sun Tzu is that they are shortening the lifespan of Zen from, I think it's 3,333 days to 333 days. So I don't know if they're running the contract at 10 times the speed, or they're just cutting the life of the contract to 333 days so that you can see that full cycle. And the reason why there's a difference between the two of those is the amount of Zen is produced. So if it's running 10 times as fast, meaning it will go through its life in 10 times the amount of time it takes for it to go through that amount of blocks, because that is what its lifespan is blocks, not a percent so much as time. Time refers to only in the lock periods roughly, not necessarily in days and hours, but block time. And so the difference would be is how many tokens am I going to have? 10 trillion tokens, or am I going to have 10 million tokens? And so we'll see what that looks like, but they want to sort of do an experiment on seeing what Zen does, what that ecosystem looks like, so people can sort of see how quick, what happens once the supply starts really drying up, and that difficulty factor goes away really quickly. And so that's sort of what I think is going to be happening here. So I think everything's going to be is all the timestamp pieces. Maybe instead of every 5,000 minters, it's going to be every 500 minters. Maybe the difficulty might be up higher. We'll have to get those questions out from Jack and from Zenzu. I guess there's been some good spaces with him lately. Give those a listen to and follow up there. I do want to shout out to the rest of the community and everyone else that's out there building. There's some cool stuff coming. So I really want you to, oh my gosh, we just realized we messed up we pulled the same mistake that we pulled yesterday. We forgot to turn on our screen till right this second. I was about to end the show, but I just want to showcase real quick Beefy and all of Beefy's vaults. We clear the vaults, and you can sort of see here right now the highest APY is 33,000%, and that is a Frax My. So two stables paired together, that's a 1.59%. Yes, we are in that pool. That's a retro gamma pool. That's why we were talking about gamma earlier. Then there's the 17,000, which is the ALB ETH alien base. And so this is what Beefy looks like, and it gives a really good dashboard of telling your chain and token exposure. Here is base swap, as well as with what that one-sided staking looks like, and alien base as well with their swap and their farms and what you can earn there. So I wanted to sort of run through those real quickly. I apologize for getting my screen once again. I'm back to two screens for right now, so I think that's why I'm a little off. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I want to thank everyone for joining us across YouTube, Twitch, Discord, Telegram, to our entire Xenon family, and to our entire Unlonely app family as well. Then a huge shout out to our entire Twitter family and everyone that's listened in and comes in on these. We have some other stuff coming up this week. We're heading to Austin tomorrow. So you got to remember, over the last 2 weeks, we've not even 2 weeks, 2 weeks. We've driven from New York to Denver to Dallas. Now we finished our drive over to Austin, as we had to stay in Dallas for a little long time because we accidentally hit a coyote on our drive, which sort of wrecked the front of our car, and we had to get our car, fixed. And so, yay that. Not really. I really wish I could have spent that money on like ETH right now. But my baby car, aka the best, said that she wanted that money instead, and so she got that money instead. But we're going to be heading to Austin tomorrow for the hackathon and permissionless 3-day conference. So 4 days in Austin. We're going to be staying in Austin for another day and a half after the conference for meetings and catch-ups. We hope to see you in Austin if you're there, and we will see you all on the flip side. And as we end every episode is with our words of wisdom and the greatest worst knock joke on the face of the planet. And our words of wisdom are the same as always. A closed mouth cannot be fed, and you cannot feed a closed mouth. Love and heart out to Liam. And then at the same time, what that means is if no one knows you're looking for opportunity cannot come a knocking. And if it does come a knocking and no one answers, it's going to keep on walking. And with that, we end with the greatest worst knock joke on the face of the planet. Man, my chair is squeaky. All right. So with that, we end with the best knock joke. Knock, knock. Who's there?